Friday, who remembers. And just the only commercial we have is, if you did not take the hour and 21 minutes, whatever it took yesterday, to listen to the Cantor's Assembly Yom Yerushalayim, Happy Yom Yerushalayim concert, I am promising you it is an hour and 20 some odd minutes you do not want to miss.
I actually wanted to start with that.
Oh, well then
You'll see.
can as well. But you certainly don't want to miss it. If you want to start with the end, just to give you a taste of it.
That's what I'm doing.
Oh, see, two great minds. We worked. There we
Right?
go.
Is
This
it
is
video?
the finale. Yes, we can. This
Okay,
is the
great.
finale of what the program was about. You do not want to miss this. Hear it again and start from the beginning. And I'm going to mute myself, and Rabbi, this is all on you now. Or not.
spectacular. And I knew that I wanted to do something today for Yom Yerushalayim in addition to the Psalm in a minute. So I thought this would be a nice way to start our program today. We are not streaming on Facebook. It's not working, but I'm recording it and I'm sure that we can get it up on our website at some point soon.
Can I just ask you, Rabbi, how you
Yes.
watch it? Is it Cantor's Assembly? How do you
Oh,
get
yes. Wait, hold on one second though.
it? Okay.
Makes me feel like a Dalmatian.
Yeah, I don't know how to do
Small,
this.
round, brown craters.
Sorry. We do not want this on my screen. And I can take off Lama and Achai because I have Razel singing that instead. Okay, so if you go to the Cantor's Assembly Facebook page, I think it's there. The Women's League Facebook page, I think it's going to be there too. And if you happen to, Marion, are you on Facebook?
I can go on, yeah.
Okay, good. So I think that I had a party last night too, a watch party. So it's on my Facebook page too. And that was on YouTube. I was very happy to find that it was on YouTube. Yes, and it was all organized by Ben Tizer from the Cantor's Assembly. Gail?
No, I was going to say, I don't have Facebook, but I found it last night on YouTube.
Yes, it was on YouTube as well. So it's there and it's really wonderful. And I think that it's a powerful sign that we can be away from Jerusalem, but have part of Jerusalem with us as well. And it's a
what do you
type of
put
healing.
in YouTube? What do you put in YouTube to find it?
That was Jerusalem of Gold, women.
No, but the whole concert.
Oh, probably Cantor's Assembly, Yom Yerushalayim.
Rita, it's on Facebook. If you go to Cantor's Assembly
We can,
on Facebook, you'll find it.
Okay.
That's where I watched it.
all
but
right.
I will ask our amazing Razel to put it into our Women's League this week, the link to it. And it was a fundraiser for Magen David Adom, and we were sponsors, and it was really great because Margie spoke and she had they pre-recorded it and they did a few shout outs to us, and it was really, really wonderful seeing the movement come together. And I can tell you, so I hope no one's in a rush to leave today. Don't worry, well, it's a short psalm, but the fact that so many arms of the movement came together for this, and then also that women's part, they're not all conservative cantors, which is really wonderful, because I can tell you, as part of the other side of the assembly, the rabbinical assembly, we don't necessarily always do like a compilation like that. And just seeing the compilation of all the women of all the movements singing together. And not only that, I just got off the phone, the Zoom, literally, with Chazan Alyssa Pomerantz-Borough, and she told me that J Vocals is really an Orthodox organization that put this together, that produced that rendition of Yerushalayim Shel Zahav, and with all the women, and it's on Ynet, which Ynet is Yeshiva Net. So that's a huge thing to have all this Benot Kol together. So it's really amazing to see how powerful that is, of all the women singing together across the denominations, and also that Ynet has it. Yeah, they don't usually listen to women singing, so that was what's pretty amazing when she told me about that. But there's really a healing power to music. So, and we pray for all those who are in need of healing. So Sandy Berenbaum will be reading our names now. We thank Edna for having read them the past week. And apparently there's a food fest Zoom's going on now. Virtually. So we also add Paul Freeman to the list of names. And Sandy, if you would read for us. I unmuted you.
I'm just putting his name there.
Oh, it's okay. Thank you.
We wish a Mishaberach to everyone on this list. Jace Diaz, Shaya Eliyahu ben Miriam, Roni Meir ben Yonina, Yenta Hodis bat Esther, Benjamin ben Shmuel Belea, David ben Sarah, Toiba bat Chana, Elisa Lazarus, Tim Wilson, Rachel Tessa bat Sarah, Mordechai ben Etta, Jerry Katz, Sarah Karen, Bert Berlin, Alan Goldberg, Shimona bat Sarah, Evelyn Levine, Susan Falk, Shmuel Ben Erica, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Malka Shifra Bat Etta Ruchel, Martin Maisie, Loretta Maisie, Vicky Lockerton, Adrian Sondheimer, Shmuel Ben Dov the Erica, Dov Ben Etta, Trudy Spector, Eleanor Clow, Rivka Bat Avram, Barbara Brown, Birish Ben Chana, Marcella Kaplan, Maura Fornataro, Rena Stern, Sherry Dreyfus, Bea Reynolds, Moshe Shraga HaKohen Ben Batyamina, Joyce Hotzer, Paul Friedman, Wendy Hotzer, Daniel Ett, Anna Butler, Susan Robinson, Susan Fall, Yosel Ben Nahum, Malka Bat Ita, Elaine Galens, Paul Kaplan, Ray Morris, Sada Ada Bat Rivka, Skylar Logano, Ephraima Hadara Bat Sedel Devora, Paul Ufer, Randy Bat Sara, Aviva Bat Chaya, Nansen Bet Yehuda, Mordechai Shmuel Ben Saucy, Gabrielle Ben Ruth, Dina Leah Bat Sarah David Yitzhak, Ruet Bat Chana, Irene Ivanowski, Patricia Franswick, Debbie Wilk, Rivi Blass, Gregory Lobato, Avram Yona Ben Sarah Leah, Shoshana Bat Zizel, Zisel Bat Chana, Joan Sitver, David Aaron, Moshe Yosef Ben Miriam, Shana Stein, Hilda Fisher, Esther Perel Bat Zagel. We wish everyone a speedy recovery of Refuah Shlema.
Thank you. We also add Jill Alperin. And at this,
Rabbi, are you talking about Rabbi Paul Friedman or just a Paul Friedman?
I don't know. Someone gave us the name, so I'm not really sure. Sorry. I can look in the chat later to see. I don't know if the person wrote it to me privately or in general, so I'm not really sure. But we wish all, sorry, I don't know that. And Gilda will be leading us in Mishaberach.
Mishaberach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Limotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishaberach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with Refuah Shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Yasha Kochech, and thank you for leading us in Mishaberach today. Dina, I don't believe, I asked the person who it was who has the Mishaberach for Paul Friedman, but it's not spelled with a D. It's F-R-E-E-M-A-N, so I don't think it's the same person. But we can wish good health to all, and especially our Rabbi Paul from USY days. So thank you for leading us and for reading the names. Sandy, thank you. So today I decided to research which Psalms are related to Yom Yerushalayim. There are actually a few to discuss Jerusalem, as you would expect, if it's the city of David and King David said to write the book of Psalms. So, but the one that I chose was the one that's most often associated with today, which is Psalm 122. So I'm going to share the screen with the Psalm since you guys didn't know what I was going to be doing today. So you weren't able to have any advance notice of what was going to be discussed. So you can read it while I'm doing it. And not on yet. Okay. Mimi, I can see you on my screen. So is it on there? Yes. Okay, good. It's a short psalm of 9 verses, and almost every verse is probably sort of known because some of the phrases in it are used in other places. So what do you think of when you think of Jerusalem? It's one of my favorite places. And I have to say the Old City isn't the favorite part of mine. I like right outside the Old City, me personally, Yamin Moshe, which was also there for a long time, where Montefiore's, the windmill is. But if you are there, you can look right into the Old City. And my favorite part of the Old City, me personally, is Migdal David, the Citadel and the Tower of David. And if you've never been to the light show there, go. It's pretty amazing. Even in the dead of winter, it's worth going. We were there in January, 2 years last year, not this year, like January before this year. And even in January at night, it was worth it. There's just something magical about Jerusalem. It just uplifts your spirit. It's both the present, the past, and the future, all there together. What a glorious past. And it's the image of an eternal future. And it's such a diverse community. At first I started by saying I didn't like the Old City, but one of the greatest parts of going to the Old City is just seeing all the different religions together. The last time I was there in February, I stayed in Yamin Moshe because I had an idea that I was very near, even if it was February, I was right near to be able to go to the Kotel on Friday night. And I went to the area that's ours, the Robinson's Arch, which is egalitarian, and Sandy Blumenthal's daughter was there, who's a rabbi and a colleague, and she was leading a group, and I saw the head of the Masorti movement there, Yizhar Hess. It was just incredible and beautiful, and you walk through part of the Arab quarters to get there in the Muslim area, and it's just the blending of the worlds of Jerusalem together, and it's just wonderful to be there. God willing, soon again. So it's the diverse components of Jerusalem. And we pray for the peace of Jerusalem. You'll see here in this psalm, it has 2 different ways to say peace. In order to have peace, you first need shalva, you need harmony before you can get to the peace. So shalom is the peace between the city and its external people, the external enemies. But I think of shalva as the harmony that connects the city with its inhabitants. It connotes the peace within the city, the harmony amongst its own inhabitants. And when I think of the shalva of Jerusalem and especially the Old City, the tension that is sometimes there at Women of the Wall, where we want to have our egalitarian services at the women's part. And if you've ever been there during that part, it could be very tense. A few weeks ago, when they were opening and you could just have a few people gather, the Women of the Wall had a posting that they had about 10 women go with their Torah, and because no one was there, they had a wonderful service together. So it's really wonderful, and hopefully we'll all be there together soon, and we can have that move for shalva of harmony amongst our people. And the divisions of the people within Jerusalem, talking about when in David's time, the different ranks and status and wealth, they had the temple priests, they had the scholars who taught, the craftsmen who showed their labor, the merchants who sold their wares. It's like a body that has many organs. So too Jerusalem has many organs and different types of people that comprise it. And you need all of those people together to comprise the city. And the psalm really is about joy and rejoicing. And that's what Yom Yerushalayim is all about, rejoicing that we have Jerusalem. A song of ascents of David. I rejoiced when people said to me, let us go up to the house of the Lord. So samachti. We have to remember to rejoice and be happy about it, the power of a rebuilt Jerusalem. Our feet now stand inside your gates, O Jerusalem. So think about back then, and then in 1967, when they were within the gates. Jerusalem built up, Yerushalayim Habnuyah, like a city compacted together. And we think about it in our modern way too, not necessarily, sometimes people think Yerushalayim Habnuyah is when the Holy Temple will be there again, but just think about the building that's constant. A friend of mine has a joke that what is the national bird of Jerusalem? It's the crane that's always building. the area where Diane Friedgut, our liaison in Israel, lives. It's one of the most wonderful places because every place is being built up in Arnona and Talpiot and always building. So that's the built up Jerusalem that we can see today. There the tribes would go up, the tribes of the Lord, as was decreed from Israel, to praise the name of the Lord. And how wonderful to think about that. Now, just a couple of days from Shavuot, when would they go up? For the pilgrimage to Jerusalem for the holiday of Shavuot. There the thrones of judgment are set, the thrones of the house of David. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May those who love you live in peace. Sha'alu shalom yishlayu ohavayich. Sha'alu shalom is also in many songs as well, but that's not the song that we're going to hear later. May there be peace within her ramparts, harmony in her citadels. So this was written by King David's times, and we can still pray it today, that we have peace and harmony as well. For the sake of my kin and friends, I'll pray, peace be within you. So not only for my sake, but for my kin, achai, it could be virei, and my friends. So for the future, for the families, for my offspring, let there be peace. For the sake of the house of the Lord our God, I will pray for your good. So Beit Adonai, it's God's house that we're praying for, that we can be together in the house of Jerusalem. So it's really a wonderful short psalm that really shows how much we all center our lives in Jerusalem back then and today. So some of the verses are recited between Mincha, between Sukkot and Shabbat HaGadol. This psalm is also recited on Shabbat Nachamu, the Shabbat after Tisha B'Av, because Tisha B'Av marks the occasion when the temples were destroyed, and then you're moving towards a period of comfort, of joy, of hoping that Jerusalem will be rebuilt. And also verses 7 and 9 are towards the end of the Talmud of Brachot 64a, for any of our Daf Yomi people want to check that. And in addition, the two final verses, in some congregations, in some Sidurim, there's like a few couple of verses after Ein Eloheinu on Shabbat, and then some congregations go to Kaddish D'Rabbanan. There's actually, in our Sidurim, it's a short verses. In a traditional Siddur, it's lots of verses, and the two last verses of this psalm are in that. Then people say Kaddish D'Rabbanan, because some of those other verses are study, and then you go to Aleinu. So I think this Lev Shalem still has the two verses. I was never familiar with this till my year in Israel, when I learned that not every shul skips those few verses after Ein Eloheinu, and then you go to Aleinu on Shabbat morning, and there's a beautiful melody that people think that I just say it, and a lot of you know it, but Razel keeps us together for everything. And when I see a song, because I could have had you listen to Shlomo Carlebach sing it, but I'd rather hear a female voice sing this. And I spoke to some cantors, but they had graduation and they had finals in the middle of graduation. But Razel knows this, and some of you may know it too. The melody for the last two verses of Psalm 122, Laman Achai V'Re'ai, for the sake of my kin and friends. So Razel, I unmuted you.
Leman Achai V'Re'ai, Leman Achai V'Re'ai, Adabrana, Adabrana, Shalom Bach. Leman Achai V'Re'ai, Leman Achai V'Re'ai, Adabrana, Adabrana, Shalom Bach. Leman Beit Adonai Eloheinu Avak Shatov Lach. Leman Beit Adonai Eloheinu Avak Shatov Lach. Yadadai, dai, dadadai, dai, 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 la da dai, dai, dadadai, dai, 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 leman achai v're'ai, leman achai v're'ai, Adabrana, Shalom Bach.
Yasha Kochech. What's the equivalent of a mensch for a woman? But that's Razel for sure. So thank you. And I saw a few of you singing along. So Gilda, you need to send me your email. So the next time I have, oh my God, does somebody know how to sing this better than me? For sure. I need to email you, and I'm going to get you to do one song too. And if anyone out mensch, how do you pronounce that, Debbie? A menschette? Whatever it is, that's Razel. So thank you so much. And we remember all of our loved ones and praise God with the words of the mourner's Kaddish. And Joan will first read our list of names that we have today.
Thank you, Rabbi. Today we remember Evelyn Seelig, Sue Press, Leona Elligberg, Lisa Blumenfeld, First Sergeant Amit Ben Yigal, Jesus Belena, David Copeland, Louis Hoser, Ivan Stanton, Julie Wynn, Louis Berlin, Hilda Stern, Sylvia Kraus, Hope DeLon, Jack Hanowitz, Lillian Benjamin, Yeshaya Reuven HaKohen Ben HaHaron Verivka, Nina Esserman, Richard Marit, Lillian Rappaport, Eden Rich, Idan Ronan Greenstein, Susan Berman Levine, Abraham Ben Hirsch Lieb, Lillian Tobias, Alicia Niamzura, Jenny Zlotnick, Helen Goldberg, Mark Schwartz, Dr. J. Marlin, Linda Hornick, Rabbi Sigma Faye Koran, Donna Spector, Lori Cabot, Alan Feldman, Samuel Ben Chaim, Andrew Cortez, Rabbi Ken Roseman, Hannah Rich, Stephen Lazarus, Moisha Miller, Stephen Carlin, Joe DiLorenzo, and Dolores Magan.
Please add my mother. It's her yortzeit, Sarah Bat Moshe the Yehudit.
And who's speaking?
Dina.
Okay. And we also are adding Benjamin Zimmerman. And there was one other person that had emailed me a whole long list of emails. And I don't remember if it was today or next week, the yortzeit. So if you do have a yortzeit, please say the name, but we keep that person's name always in our memory.
Hi. So my rabbi's mother died 2 days ago. His name is Rabbi Joel Shaman, and her last name is Shaman, but I don't have her name up in front of me, but she just died.
Yes, I forgot the first name, but I remember that as well. We extend condolences. And Sally?
Rabbi, I have Moshe HaKohen Ben Eliezer HaKohen, and Abraham and Golda Greenstein killed in the Shoah.
And were you the one who emailed me all those names?
Yes.
Okay, good. I remembered all of those. Okay. So we extend our condolences to all, and we remember all of our loved ones. And if you look in the chat, there's a whole long chain of how you can get to the Cantors concert as well. So apparently on the new Zoom, I can try to unmute you, but I think you need to also unmute yourself if you want to. But please do remember that we're unmuting everybody. If you don't want your outside conversations to be heard, please just mute yourself.
So
we will be able to respond to everybody as we say the mourner's Kaddish, which we're not starting yet. Okay. I'll point to all the words so that we can begin together. Yitzhadal,
Gadal,
Kadash, Israel, Ha'agala, Hey Shmei Rabba Mevorach Shnei Omaya Shabach Yitzhar V'Yitzromam V'Yitnaseh V'Yithadar V'Yithalal Shmei Dekudasha Breichu Ela Min Kol Birchata V'Shirata V'chata v'nechemata aniran v'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom v'romav Yaseh shalom Israel v'imru amen. And I'll just, oops, sorry, just unmute yourself. Was that Rita? No? Whoever was about to, oh, it was Dina. Okay.
Okay. Hello. I
Yes.
was in Israel in November for my birthday. I spent a week in Tel Aviv and a week in Jerusalem. My last weekend in Jerusalem, I spent at the home of our dear friend and in Talpiot. And it was just a wonderful time. Met the rabbi from our yeshiva and got to spend some time with him. And so it really was a wonderful, wonderful trip. Even got to the beach.
It's nice. In November. That's pretty good.
November for my birthday.
Very nice. Thank you for sharing. And as we conclude today, I just wanted to tell you that we are having it on Sunday and Monday. If anyone has an overwhelming desire to teach Psalm 45 or 46, no, I'll be with you. It's wonderful to set the day and make this as part of it. But we do have it on during Memorial Day weekend. But when we don't join together is on next Friday, which is Shavuot. So over Shavuot, there's a Yizkor that's recited. So next Thursday, during this session, we'll be having a Yizkor service as well. So just tune in, and if there's anyone who wants to join us, please have them join us, and I'll have the prayers on the screen. So a good Shabbos to all, and Margie's.
No, Shabbat Shalom. Everybody stay safe. Watch the concert. I'm promising you it's well worth your time. And have a good Shabbat, everybody. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom, everybody.
And check our website and our page on Facebook for lots of fun videos, previews for the convention coming up. So I hope you all have your calendar marked July 12th, virtual. You don't have to go anywhere, but Beth has called it our Zoomberg. So join us together.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Bye, Gail. Good to see you.